Hi, this is Kalia, and today I'm going to talk to you about the 5 ways a narcissist uses your fear to hook you. The more we get to know ourselves, know our deepest fears and insecurities, and work to bring healing to these parts of ourselves, the less we will be able to be manipulated by others, and this includes the narcissist of the world, so pay attention. Narcissists use our fears and insecurities to manipulate and control us. They initially find out about our fears by engaging us in conversation where we allow ourselves to be vulnerable. We share how we feel, we share our fears, and we allow our insecurities to be known. Although this is part of creating intimacy with another human being, our attempts at true intimacy backfire with a narcissist. He or she will draw us out, get us to talk about ourselves, and then at a later time, use what we've shared to gain power and control in the relationship. We initially believe we're building a deep, intimate connection with the narcissist, but later realize we're really building a nightmare. It's the nature of the narcissist to use our fears and our insecurities against us. So the only way to safeguard ourselves against this kind of violation is to know ourselves and trust ourselves to the point that we take the ammunition away from the narcissist in our lives. So let's take a look at 5 ways the narcissist will use your fears to hook you. Number 1 is fear of abandonment. Many people who are with a narcissist have a fear of abandonment that stems from early childhood dynamics. This is a deep core wound that can be easily triggered with an abandoning partner. A narcissist will use the silent treatment, emotional withdrawal, physical withdrawal, flirtatious behavior towards other members of the opposite sex, threatening to leave the relationship, comparing you to former partners, criticizing and finding fault with you, and other behaviors that threaten the stability of the relationship and put you on the defensive. Your fear of abandonment may cause you to hold on more tightly to that relationship and try harder to make it work, even though it is the partner's behavior that is truly undermining the relationship. Okay, number 2 is fear of loss. The narcissist will build himself or herself up to the point where you may begin to feel it would be a great loss if that person walked away. They emphasize all their good qualities and downplay yours. And this subconsciously creates an imbalance of power, resulting in your feeling less than and believing that you're lucky to have that person in your life. Although you may try harder to please the narcissist and get his or her positive attention and approval, the narcissist continues to withhold the goods, which keeps you in a disempowered position in the relationship. The result is often the subconscious belief that the narcissist really is superior and you are inferior. And this will likely cause you to hold on tighter to the relationship. Number 3 is self-doubt. Self-doubt is a fear that you can't trust your own inner knowing. The narcissist establishes himself or herself as having superior knowledge, awareness, and intelligence, and downplays yours. He or she uses gaslighting and brainwashing techniques to keep you doubting yourself and your own reality. The narcissist constantly tells you what you should be thinking or believing or feeling And when you try and express your opinion or an original thought or idea, you are criticized, debunked, downplayed, and laughed at. Or you're flat out told that you're wrong and you don't know what you're talking about. Your reality is constantly invalidated to the point that you begin to question and doubt yourself. This keeps you in an inferior position in the relationship, giving that narcissist power over you. And the fourth is low self-worth. The narcissist will seek out ways that you don't feel good about yourself, whether it's your weight, your body image, your intelligence, your success, your beauty, your sexuality, your lovability, your health, or any other area in your life where you struggle, and will focus on these aspects of you negatively. The narcissist doesn't focus on building you up and helping you to feel good about your weaknesses, but rather uses them to take you down another notch and then another. If, for example, you've gained some weight and you don't feel really good about it, the narcissist may constantly focus on your weight gain and clearly send the message that he or she feels that this makes you inadequate or less attractive. Even if you don't openly communicate about the areas where you don't feel good about yourself, the narcissist has radar for your weaknesses and will surely use them against you. Number 5 is blaming and shaming. Since the narcissist never takes responsibility for any of the issues in the relationship, he or she will project his or her issues onto you and blame you for the problems. Whatever negative issues happening in the relationship will be your fault. You will be shamed or made to feel worthless, as if anything you do just isn't good enough. The harder you try to do right by the narcissist, the more he or she finds fault with you, blames you, and shames you. Over time, your self-esteem erodes, and you begin to feel like a failure in the relationship. Even if the narcissist, in a weak moment, says something positive or good about you, this is often retracted, and you're reminded of your complete inadequacy as a human being. You're made to feel lucky that the narcissist is even staying with you, and often told that nobody else would want you or be willing to put up with you. So these are the 5 ways the narcissist uses your fears to hook you. And of course, there are more ways the narcissist keeps you destabilized and doubting yourself and your worth, but these are the primary ways that the narcissist will use your fears against you. The antidote is to face our own fears and be willing to walk through them. We can't expect to become super confident and feeling great about ourselves overnight, but we can recognize that our fears are only fears and they have nothing to do with the truth of who we are. Our core wounds become the beliefs we hold about ourselves, and when we believe something negative about ourselves, we can be easily triggered by others who even suggest we are unworthy, inadequate, unlovable, or whatever our core beliefs are. We need to think of the narcissist as the one who reinforces our negative core beliefs. Someone who truly loves you will want to build you up and help you to feel good about yourself, especially in areas where you're feeling weak. And we all have weaknesses and character flaws. This is part of our humanity. It can take some time to turn your weaknesses into strengths, but it doesn't help when you're around someone who focuses on what he or she perceives to be wrong with you, rather than lifting you up and holding you as the beautiful, amazing being that you are. We need to remember that those who tear us down rather than lift us up are not on our team. Even if they lead you to believe they're doing this for your own good, even if they tell you that they're doing you a favor by pointing out your flaws because nobody else will, we have a tendency to be our own worst enemy until we meet the narcissist. I believe that the narcissist is actually a much greater enemy to our well-being than we ourselves are. But this gives us the opportunity to begin to really stand up for ourselves and be on our own team. This gives us the opportunity to lift ourselves up and tell ourselves, I may not be perfect, but I'm a good person. If you are your own worst enemy and you meet the narcissist, then it's 2 against 1. Both of you are focused on your flaws and insecurities, and this is very destructive to you. So you need to turn it around and get on your own team. Start focusing on what you're doing right, what's good about you, and recognizing the lies you've been telling yourself. Our core beliefs from childhood are lies. They're beliefs we formed from our wounds. When our mother didn't give us the attention we needed as a toddler, we may have formed the belief that we weren't worth the attention. Initially, we soak up and love the attention we get from the narcissist, but then the attention turns negative and aligns with our negative core beliefs. When attention is withdrawn, it causes us to work harder to get that positive attention, which replaces the childhood dynamic of trying to get that attention from our primary caregivers. It's normal for a narcissist to give you a lot of positive attention in the beginning of the relationship and then withdraw it almost overnight, leading you to believe that you did something wrong or that you are something wrong. This immediately puts you on the defensive, seeking answers as to what you did to cause the shift in the relationship. What you might not have realized at the time is that this is how narcissists operate, and it has nothing to do with you. Narcissists come on really strong in the beginning. They hook you, and then they leave you dangling. This is one of the methods in which they establish control and superiority over you. And if you believe that you did something to cause the good stuff in the relationship to go away, you'll work harder to try to get it back, which puts the narcissist in a place of power over you because you're trying to get something from him or her. They can decide to withhold or give the goods depending on their mood. But this will lead you to believe that it is your behavior that's causing their moods. It's not. When you really know yourself and you know that your behavior hasn't changed, but theirs has, you can trust yourself and align with the truth. This keeps you in your own power. When you buy into the reality of the narcissist, you lose power. When you stop playing the narcissistic games and start trusting yourself, it's the beginning of the end. Because a narcissist cannot stay with someone he or she can't control. If you become uncontrollable, you'll no longer be a match for the narcissist. Sure, you have to walk through your fear of abandonment and let the narcissist go to the next source of supply, someone he or she can control, but you will be free. We have to change our mindset to one of seeing the narcissist leaving as a success, not a failure. This means we're doing something right. We're no longer a good source of supply. When you're no longer a good source of supply, this is something to be celebrated. It's not a true loss. When you gain yourself and lose the narcissist, you're on the right track. But when you lose yourself to stay with the narcissist, you're on a dark road going nowhere. Being able to maintain a relationship with a narcissist is not a great success, because to maintain such a relationship means you must play the game. The game is always the narcissist is superior and you are inferior. You need to know your place, which is beneath him or her. If you refuse to know your place, you will be punished in some way. If you can't be controlled, you will be punished. Have you ever heard the saying, when a narcissist can't control you, he or she will try to control how others see you? One of the ways they punish you is to tell stories and lies about you that have nothing to do with reality. They create a very unfavorable image of you and share this with others. Those who side with the narcissist against you are what we call minions or flying monkeys. They're the ones who fall for the stories and the lies. They're the ones who blindly follow the lead of the narcissist. They are the ones that are now being manipulated. And this is how the narcissist establishes his or her superiority when you have figured out the game. When you figure out the game, it changes. It becomes even more sinister. The best way to deal with this dynamic is to lay down your end of the rope and stop playing tug-of-war, stop the power struggle. Let those who take the side of the narcissist believe whatever they want to believe. It has no power over you other than what you assign it. You can't allow the narcissist games to disempower you. You're better than that. The narcissist can hold a grudge against you forever. So you'll need to let go of the attachment to how they treat you or talk about you. You don't have any control over this. You only have control over how you feel about yourself. So work on this. This is where your power lies. Remember the saying, the best revenge is living well? Focus on picking yourself back up and building a life where you are being true to yourself. Work on loving yourself and only allowing people into your life who lift you up and treat you with the kindness and the respect that you deserve. Don't allow your fears to control you or stop you from living your best life ever. You have everything you need within yourself. You're much more powerful than you've been led to believe that you are. So own it. Step into it. Be it. Don't allow anybody else to ever tell you who you are. Know who you are and stop doubting yourself. Let go of the fear and walk into the light. Let go of the darkness that belongs to the narcissist. That person may never be able to step out of that darkness, but you can. So walk away. Become a horrible source of supply. Be yourself. Love yourself. Know yourself. Thank you so much for watching today. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. If you know somebody who will benefit from this message, please share. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.